Hey guys, Colby here. Welcome back to another Raid Share Legends video. We've got news about a 10x coming in, and we also have news of a guaranteed champion coming out of Sacred Shards at the same time with the 10x. So this is going to be a very good chance for players out there to get a guaranteed Revenant Draft after the 4th Sacred. So I know that's kind of a lot of Sacreds to consider, like 4 Sacreds to get a guaranteed epic. But that epic is Revenant Draft. So Revenant Draft is one of the best epics in terms of what she can provide to a team, and not only about Doom Tower because that's where her leader aura is, but because of everything that she provides. Revenant Draft is one of the more recent additions to the champion pool of Raid Shadow Legends. I think she was added in 2021, and she honestly does a lot in terms of providing your team with the much needed perfect veil, healing, revive, attack down. It's kind of insane what you can get out of an epic champion, okay? Remember, this is an epic. So I would say if you've got the Sacreds and you still don't have a Revenant Draft, consider getting her because she's huge for Faction Wars, huge for Doom Tower, and she will also be great for the Hydra. So we got a 10x for multiple champions, which I'll go over in a bit. But I wanted to cover first the guaranteed champion that we will have in there, and I'll get a copy of her through this since I will be pulling for the 10x heroes that are offered. But look at that. Decrease attack on the A1, A2, perfect veil, heals all your allies in a 4-turn cooldown, plays a 15% continuous heal as well. So fantastic in terms of what it can provide through that A2. And then A3 is the revive, 4-turn cooldown. It also boosts the turn meter by 60% and a perfect veil on them. So veils are really good in the Hydra at the moment because they help against that head of torment. In the case that you're not running a Shamael in any way within the team, you can actually use perfect veil instead, which protects you from that very annoying true fear that the head of torment applies. She also got a passive whenever an ally under a veil, perfect veil buffs get a turn, heals them by 10% of their max HP. This is huge by the way. 10% of max HP, it's a big heal. Also increase the resistance by 50, which is very nice if you're trying to run a little bit high resist. So she plus, let's say if you got something like a Duchess, you can use 2 of them. You'll pretty much be at all times under perfect veil, which is huge in terms of damage reductions because veil gives you 7.5% and perfect veil gives you 15% damage reduction from AoE attacks. And then you get the max HP heal, and then you also get resistance. And you have multiple ways of protecting your team. It's insane on what she can provide. So I'm really happy that they're giving at least one epic hero like her for free. I know it's not really for free since it's 4 Sacreds, which is a high amount. But if you've been saving a few Sacreds, then I think she's worth going for it. And also worth going are the other 10x champions that we're offered at the moment, guys. I can see here 2 Hanarak, which is a Void champion, which I don't really care about Void legendary heroes because they're very hard to get, but 2 Hanarak is a very unique one. 2 Hanarak actually provides what Doom Priest provides, but also like double. Okay, if that makes any sense. I think she's a barbarian Void legendary champion. So her passive is removes 2 random debuffs instead from allies and their continuous heal buffs. She applies a decreased attack on a single enemy, block buffs, also debuff spread. So basically she takes those and just spreads them on all the heads of the Hydra if you're gonna use her there. Increase defense, increase speed, and the A1 decrease speed on 1 enemy. So that's a little bit tricky, but she also applies continuous heal. Very solid, very solid legendary hero, but you know, the Void's much harder to get, much more expensive to get. But looking at the other legendary heroes, guys, Under Priest Brogni, Suzerian Katon, Mashalt, and then we got some epics which I'll cover in a bit. But I don't know if you haven't got a Brogni, then it's time, if you're a spender, to wail out a little bit. I don't usually say this, but Brogni is just huge for any players out there, right? If you're not a spender, don't consider to spend for it, but if you have some shards, I would consider just trying your luck. It's a 10x. The chances are not greater than before. It's still going to be 6% for a Sacred, as an example. But, you know, Brogni is, I think, the hero, the champion for 2021. He's, by all means, the champion that changed 2021. And he was a fusion champion that many thought to ignore at the start. But this guy is huge. Not only he brings that infinity shield with this amazing shield that he provides, plus the passive, which works with his shield, which reflects damage back to the clan boss. This works in all areas of the game. Fantastic for protecting your team. This shield buff cannot be removed. I mean, this is one of the few shields in the game, I think, that they cannot be removed. I think we have some other champions that have other buffs that cannot be removed, but shields, I think he's the only one that gives it to the whole team. It's insane on how much value you can get out of a Brogni. HP burn on the A1, A2 with an AoE attack that removes buffs from enemies and also cleanses a debuff from your alliance. Was an insane A2. 3-turn cooldown. The shield has, again, a 3-turn cooldown when booked. Amazing aura as well for Doom Tower. Great for the Hydra. Great for all places. Huge carry. I would go for it if I didn't have him. And I'm still going for the 10x since we have also, which ones did I mention? Suzerian, Katon, and Mashal. Suzerian, Katon, another champion that I don't have. So 2 champions offered through a 10x that I don't have. Mashal and Suzerian, Katon. I'm trying to get the bingo card here in the Undead Hordes. Trying to get all of them. But Mashal and Suzerian, Katon are the 2 non-voids that I still don't have. Mashal is by all means a fantastic hero. He didn't used to be so great, but two turn, basically True Fear and Leech. And I'm saying two turn because he gets an extra turn. So this is a 4-turn cooldown, applies True Fear and Leech, then gets an extra turn, and this becomes a 3-turn cooldown. If you book it, a 2-turn cooldown. So it's insane on how frequently he can rotate this. Increased speed, increased critical damage is fantastic. Single target removal of buffs, heal reduction, continuous heal buff on this champion, damage increased by 50% against targets that have no buffs. Insane amount of damage potential of this guy since he can also apply an AoE attack to whoever has Leech, which he does apply to everybody with the A2. I will be hoping to get him a shield, and we'll see about that. And Suzerain Canton is another AoE A1 champion that applies decreased speed. Decreased speed is huge for the Hydra, but in general, decreased speed is good because it helps you not require so much speed with your champions. A2 applies a weaken and a decreased defense debuff for 2 turns if a weaken debuff is not placed. So very solid if you want to get either a weaken or a decreased defense. One of the two is going to happen with the A2. And the A3 removes shield, block damage, unkillable buffs, and then attacks them. And this buff removal cannot be resisted, which is fantastic because you don't need you don't need any accuracy for this if you're using it for arena. This can just bypass any kind of resistance working on the enemies, and ally attack in all battles by 33%. Obviously, out of the two, I want Mashalt, and then the final one, yeah, we covered all the legendaries. Then we got Boro, Doom Priest, Hugo, and Talosia. So they're not that great. I mean, Talosia is a cool epic, very recent addition actually. This one, she applies a increased duration of all debuffs with the A2. A1 is a debuff spread if they're under hex, and she also does an AoE decreased defense debuff for 2 turns on all enemies. That's pretty good in terms of an epic hero that was offered pretty much for free through a recent fusion. And then when attacking enemies under decreased defense debuffs, has a 50% chance of place a hex. So solid champion, but I wouldn't say go for her. There's so many others offered through this one. Like Hugo is a fantastic one. Doom Priest is so good. Like, she's an alternative for Shamael if you don't have Shamael just yet, if you didn't get him through the 25 guaranteed, which we didn't know about. The Doom Priest, whenever she gets a turn, she cleanses 1 debuff. Fantastic to have, works in all areas. Honestly, if you've got an account and you still don't have a Doom Priest at level 60, then what are you doing? She is so unique in what she offers through that cleanse that it's a shame to not have her leveled up. Not because she does something different at level 60, it's because you can get her a bit tankier. You put banners, you put the tier 6 mastery on her. It's a good thing to have at least one at 60. Level 50 works for most areas, but she needs to be much tankier with level 50 just because of no banner and no tier 6 masteries. But fantastic epic again. Hugo, another fantastic epic. If you go and where's Hugo? Hugo, there it is, support. If you've not seen Hugo before, decreased defense, block buffs on enemies through this A2. Fantastic, fantastic kind of skill to have in terms of arena potential. Helps with all those buffers against you if you manage to go first. Can cleanse and also revive, because this is so clutch in arena. The revive is when she stays as the last one standing. That's the only chance that this can work. It's not a revive that works anytime. It has to be if all allies that are dead. So she has to be the last one standing. It's a very tricky revive to do, but it can still work. And places an 30% increased speed buff and a block damage buff on this champion for 1 turn whenever this champion's last living ally is killed. So yeah, she needs to be the last one standing, and a leech on the A1. So overall, fantastic epics available to us. Did I cover every one of them? Boro too. Boro was used pretty much for that Shamael kind of abuse strategy. I wouldn't say she's not used anymore. Let's go over Boro and what she has. Well, what she has in the A1 is a decreased defense that can be an AoE only if the main target has 4 or more debuffs. So if it's not a target with 4 or more debuffs, then she won't do an AoE on her A1. The A2 is a solid hitter right here. And the A3 is an increased critical rate and increased critical damage buff on this champion for 2 turns, then attacks 1 enemy. So solid kit overall, but I wouldn't, open voids just to get her. Maybe if you're looking forward to Hanark, then sure, get her. But fantastic 10x plus guaranteed. I would say try your luck for Brogni and Mashald. If not, then just forget about it and just do your normal dailies and stuff. I only have 4 secrets. I don't know if I'm gonna buy the New Year packs. They don't seem that amazing to me. Honestly, they seem a little bit expensive compared to those monthly packs that we get whenever we get them, right? If you remember, the monthly packs got 2 sacreds. They don't have so many void shards or ancients, but they've got 2 sacreds in them, and they're 50 USD compared to this one, which is 100 USD, way less gems, and the energy is close, but again, way less gems. So this one is not such a great pack, to be honest. But I'll think about it, but I don't think so. I don't think I'll be buying this. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.